Hi, I'm Josh Erikson. I'm the author and narrator of the urban fantasy series Ethereal Earth. Now, some of you are watching this because I put it on my Facebook page or my website or I sent you an email or something, but some of you may be watching this because the random vagaries of YouTube just dropped you off here. Or maybe a really cool friend sent you this link so you could see who I am and what I do. In that case, first, thank your really cool friend for me. And then, second, you probably want to know who the heck I am. So I hope nobody minds if I start off this video experiment with a little introduction just to explain what I do and why I'm here. So there's that intro thing. I don't know if I'll keep it, but I thought I'd give it a shot for this first video. Let me know in the comments or something if you like it or if I should just take it out. I don't even know if people do introductions for YouTube videos anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. But apparently, as an author, narrator guy, I'm supposed to have a YouTube presence, so here I am. So yeah, I'm Josh Erikson. I am the author and narrator of Ethereal Earth, which is an urban fantasy series about a mediocre con man who accidentally gets an evil god stuck in his brain. And then to get it back out again, he has to enlist the help of a succubus who really doesn't want to have anything to do with him. And the whole world is full of monsters and crazy, wacky things. I actually like to describe the feel of the books as if Neil Gaiman got a little drunk and then started dictating a season of Supernatural to Joss Whedon. So, that's basically the vibe. It's a little bit American Gods, it's a little bit Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's kind of its own thing, and so if you like any of that stuff, you're probably going to like this, hopefully. Maybe. It starts with the book Hero Forged, which is where that whole God in the brain situation starts. And then it goes on to the next book, Fate Lashed, and then the third book, Blight Marked, which just came out in March of 2020. The whole series is planned to be about 10 books long, and then there's some short stories and things that go along with it. But yeah, it's kind of a long series, and it's ongoing. And so I figured I needed to keep people better updated on how the series is progressing and when the next book's going to be out and what other projects I have going on. And I'm sorry, I'm just so terrible at doing that on a regular basis. That's not one of my strengths. So I thought maybe if I did a video and a series of videos, that would be a little easier. I can just kind of have a conversation. I can pretend I'm talking directly to you, and we can just talk about what's coming next. And then I don't have to worry about writing a blog post and all that stuff, because usually what happens is I write a blog post and then I rewrite it, and then I rewrite it 4 or 5 more times because I'm a ridiculous perfectionist who can't let things go. So this theoretically will save me some time, maybe, if I can ever figure out how to edit videos and upload them and get lighting and things correct. So, as for the updating portion of this video, book 4 is coming. The whole COVID-19 situation in the world has definitely put a damper on it for me. I'm not moving nearly as quickly as I'd like. My kids were home for 5 months straight. My wife's a teacher, so she was home trying to teach online, and we were trying to homeschool our kids at the same time with online learning stuff. And I couldn't get as much done as I wanted to. I was hoping by this point I would be able to come to you guys and say, guess what? Book 4 is on the way. And while that's still technically true, it's not imminent. So now I am getting a lot more done on the book. It is going a lot faster, and I do still hope early 2021, kind of consistent with my release schedule previously, will be when book 4 comes out. But the reason I have been pretty silent on it so far is because, yeah, there's really been nothing to talk about because of COVID. That's it. As far as book 4 goes, I'm definitely working on it. It's definitely cool and fun. My vision for the series is that it would be kind of 3 trilogies with a little end cap book in number 10. So the first trilogy of this series is complete. And if you read them, you can kind of see that, I hope, in the arc. And so this 4th book will kick off the next kind of arc. It'll be the same characters you're used to, the same plots and everything. There's no weird time skips because I hate that stuff. There will be no time loops, no alternate versions of history. Nobody is going to lose their powers for an inexplicable reason because I made people too powerful and I don't know how to write that anymore. I hate that stuff. I'm not doing that. So it's just its own little trilogy within the larger structure. So book 4 is a little harder to produce. I have to build up new momentum for this new little arc. So I hope you understand that it'll take a little longer. But as for other plans, I do have a couple cool things in the pipe. First, I'm working on getting a store for my website. So we'll be able to offer, I say we like I have this whole corporate team behind me. I will be able to offer signed books for sale on that site, and then also maybe in the future some cool swag. I'm kind of looking into the different aspects of getting some things commissioned for that, and that is coming fairly soon, hopefully. The next thing I'm working on is getting a box set of the first trilogy, and then that'll also come with a series of short stories as kind of a bonus for those of you who have already read the first 3 books. That collection will be available on its own as well, both in audio and in ebook. Hopefully I can get it in paperback too. I guess there's no reason why I can't. It's just occurring to me at this very moment. But it'll also come in a nice little set. So for anybody that hasn't read the series yet, that'll be coming soon too. It'll be a convenient way to get going on it. So there's that. And then I also am working on this YouTube channel right here. The idea is, yes, to do more frequent updates and to have a better way to keep in contact with everyone. On Facebook, it doesn't seem like I can ever reach anyone. I'll put posts up and maybe 5 people will ever see it. But I'm hoping with YouTube, it'll be just another better way to stay in contact. Also, there are a lot of you who have listened to my books, and so you may recognize my voice, but you're just seeing my face for the first time. So here it is. It's the main reason I do audio. But in addition to these updates, I'm also going to try to do some cool things about like the craft, as far as the writing process and the audiobook process and kind of the fairly unique position of being both the writer and the narrator. I don't know a lot of people that do that. I know there are a few. The main one is like Neil Gaiman. But I don't know very many people who are talking about that kind of dual aspect of it, so I thought maybe I'd give it a shot. So if you're interested in just learning how it's done, or if you're interested in doing it yourself, hopefully I'll be able to produce some things that will help you get to where I am. So that's kind of cool too. It's kind of fun. I have some camera equipment now that I think is pretty good. I've got some lighting things, and I think I sort of know what I'm doing at this point. We'll find out. And that's gonna come. So hopefully this is something you guys will enjoy. Hopefully this will be a way for us to stay connected better. Um, if you want, you can subscribe or leave a like or a comment. I don't honestly know how YouTube works as far as that stuff goes in the background. I think liking and commenting and subscribing affects the algorithm so that more people can discover the video and find out who I am and hopefully buy the books and help keep this thing rolling. But I don't know. So if you want to, cool. Otherwise, I'll continue to post this on my Facebook page, on my website, and my mailing list, such as it is. And I'll make sure that these get to you the same way the blog posts used to. Uh, on a more personal note, this is the first time I'm talking to everybody since COVID kind of began. Um, One of the main reasons why I'm behind on book 4 is because I released book 3 at the beginning of March. And this is in 2020. So if you're watching this in some far flung future where everything is great again, first of all, congratulations. And secondly, we're right now, as I'm recording this, in the middle of a an historic, a historic. I don't know. This is why I have Google normally when I'm writing, because I don't know. We're in the middle of a giant pandemic, and that has affected almost every aspect of life. So I released my book at the beginning of March, and a week later, everything shut down. And so I couldn't do any of the things that I had planned. I had all this marketing stuff planned in order to push the book and, uh, get an even wider audience and hopefully finance book 4. And I couldn't do any of that because everything shut down and the world kind of stopped. And so it felt horrible to be going online and saying, hey, everybody, I know there's chaos and panic in the streets, but, buy my book. So obviously I couldn't do that. So I had to spend several months actually kind of relearning some of the business aspects of self-publishing and pushing my book in different ways just so I could continue to make a living at it. And so I did have to kind of divert my attention for quite a while. So that has been really complicated. I know a lot of you are going through very similar things in your own jobs, in your own lives. And I just want to say, I hope you're doing okay. I know that it doesn't feel very good in the world right now. And I know there's a lot of uncertainty and chaos. I have to remind myself every day what month I'm in because it's just turned into like soup in my brain. But I hope you're either doing well or getting to a place that you can do well. Because really, we're all in this together. And I really appreciate you. When I initially published this stuff, I didn't honestly think anybody would care at all. I didn't think anybody would read it, let alone sell like 20,000 copies of this. So the fact that you're out there, the fact that you're listening to anything I have to say, and the fact that you frankly watched to the end of this video is amazing to me. So thank you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to doing more of this so we can stay in better contact. I'll see you next time.